Miss Marie.
And she's got 44 years of
working
service
at the
as the
retreat
chef.
house. Yeah.
She has moved up to be chef.
Did I give the commercial break, Mark, or not? I did not. KSLOC on the other side of 3. And we got one more photo of all the ladies.
One more photo. I took that with my little camera. All the way on the right is Miss Delphine, who retired, but comes in and fills in anytime they need her. And of course, they need her this weekend. Next to her is Marie, who now is the head chef. And then next to Marie would be Jean. And then all the way on the left is Miss Vanessa.
And she took care of us at our table.
They really did a good job, as usual. You wouldn't expect anything less. And we mentioned that Delta Media had purchased the television station and property here, and that's J.E. smiling and thanking Jim Lopez, who was just instrumental in getting this sale closed. Thank you, Jim. And
one
let's
more,
see.
you and Jim Lopez.
Yep.
And that's all the photographs I got.
Okay, we already showed Eddie and Charles.
Correct.
Early on in the show. Okay, good. The sheriff, remember I mentioned
about the golf tournament?
About the golf tournament. Here it is. And then, of course, the Denise P. Bro Redfish Derby. It was the first annual last year. We got involved with it. The second annual is not until July the 28th, but they're wanting people to kind of mark that down on your calendar. They're looking forward to a even bigger. The first annual was a real good success.
And Gino Delafosse will even be playing music for the
from 3 to 7 on that Sunday afternoon. So that's pretty good. They're getting serious. This is going to be a real. Look the color. They have people working to make this very
they're growing
colorful.
They're definitely growing.
They're growing. They're going to be 1 through 6th place, and they're going to have cow cutters, and I mean, you name it. They're going to assure you that you pass a good time. And of course, Aaron Bro, the husband, we're going to continue Aaron handling this from time to time, reminding our friends out there.
Yes, sir.
And I saw where Dupre Logistics received the 2012 Acadiana Innovation Award in the private sector from the Greater Lafayette Chamber of Commerce. Dupre was honored for its team member safety program. And of course, in the picture is Chief Operating Officer Tom Vocal, who's been with Reggie and Cody and the Dupre family for many years, always at the top of it, heading up a big division of it. And then the safety director is Al Lacombe. He has done a tremendous job in promoting safety within that trucking
that's
company.
The big talk. And even remember, National Geographic even did a little a story on them some years ago about the cutting edge safety technique they have.
And then the
there.
chamber president and CEO is Bob Guidry, and he's featured in there. And then Dupre Logistics has this is another little article, has just signed a new contract with a major oil producer to provide truck takeaway, meaning they're going to go to the site. There's no pipelines in all of this Eagle Ford shale, which is in South Texas, and the pipelines.
Truck it all out of
so
there.
they're having to truck it out to keep those leases alive, and they've built their own little town out there. They prepare sleeping quarters, cooking quarters, lounging quarters for the workers that they having to hire. And so right now, if you have a good, clean driving record, CDL driving certificate, and you're looking for some good work with good benefits, Dupre Logistics in Lafayette is the company to talk to.
How you like that? Man, we're covering everybody today.
I'm telling you.
And I'm ahead on my sponsors, and you're ahead on your stuff.
The third victim died in that coin robbery, and that's around the Gonzales area. And that was dated last Saturday.
These folks had a huge gold coin collection.
According to what we're told.
And somebody broke in, they didn't know who at first, and killed the 3 people in the house.
That's correct. The third victim died. That was the wife. The husband and the son had died earlier, and then now the wife has died. And also in the good news today in the newspaper is the fact that they've already caught 3 suspects, and they've named the other one, and they're telling him he better come on in before they have to go get him. Hopefully he doesn't give any kind of resistance and something bad happens.
Sure.
But the law enforcement today is really, really advanced. Right here locally, you can see the advancement of the techniques they have in investigation.
Look how fast they caught the guys who robbed the bank in Melville. I mean, they caught them all the way in Dallas.
And they weren't local at all.
No, and in just a couple of days it was done.
LSU opens its business education complex, and of course the name of this complex is the E.J. Uso College of Business Education.
Yep.
And Mr. E.J. and his wife hosted one big Christmas party every year, and I was fortunate to attend that. He lived in the Donaldsonville areas where he was out of, and he had started security life insurance. They sold the burial policies, and we have a lot of people locally that work for him and throughout Acadiana, and he sold that company for quite a bit of money. He had some funeral homes to go with it, but the life insurance company brought him a lot of money, and
he's been a big sponsor for years and years at LSU.
He left a nice big chunk of his money that he received when he made that, and I doubt if he had a college education. I seriously doubt it, but who knows? Maybe he did. But he sees the value of education, and his memory will last on and on. I'm happy to say that I was one of his friends.
Very good.
And Bayou Teche Brewing is featured on the Cooking Channel, and you'll be able to watch this. It already showed before, but it's going to be rebroadcast on March 9th, 11th, 17th, and 18th of this month, of March.
At 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. on the Cooking Channel.
On the Cooking Channel. And that's going to be a good boost for this. The Bayou Teche Brewing, of course, they have several different kinds of beers already, and they're trying to adapt the beer taste to taste good with the squirrel, and then another beer taste that would really go well with your duck supper, with your deer
when
meal.
we went to Biloxi, every grocery store I walked in had it. I mean, they had their products there. So they got a good distribution group. Whoever's handling it, they're promoting it.
The Rouses on inside of the French Quarters, there's a nice sized Rouse. I showed a picture of it, and I showed a picture of one of their displays of LA 31 beer. They're doing a good job, and that's the Knott family. We want to congratulate you. Keep up the good work. It means more jobs. St. Landry may become home to a new industry. Bottled water company.
From Firewater to Clearwater.
There you go. There you go. That's right, Firewater. And we don't know anything more than what I read in the paper.
But there's a draw to use water in our area from Baton Rouge on, because they tell me that the salt content from salt mines underground and all that makes our water much more palatable than other places.
We were selling water years ago by the tanker load, and they were bringing it into Texas, and I'm told with very little purification, more than what the pure water was, they were bottling it, and that was some of the bottled water we were buying over here at $1 a bottle.
So you turn around
and they were buying it from the city by a tanker. That's
what we talked about that a little bit earlier, the magic at the Delta Grand. And
the Boys and Girls Club, a very, very worthwhile project. They serve a real big group of youngsters that deserve and need to have a place to go and study and play and burn that energy in a good environment. And the Boys and Girls Club here in Opelousas and throughout Acadiana, we are part of the Lafayette Group, that the mother company, I guess you could call it.
And it's over on Laurent Street.
Laurent Street, and we understand since they've they've approved a budget that the $60,000 amount has been reduced due to the funding shortage, but that they plan on getting about half of that, the $30,000 for the year. So that, and then donations from different functions that the group is holding. Hopefully the Boys and Club can reopen again.
There you go.
Vieux Village, and that is our group on the east end of Opelousas, into the entry of Opelousas, is attracting more visitors. And of course, the Orphan Train Museum is one of the
places that they stop to visit.
Mm-hmm. And there's a good picture here of Melanie Lee LaBeouf describing to a group of visitors different buildings that are within the complex there, and the purpose that they served at certain times during our past history. Mm-hmm. And drawing more and more people are staying within driving areas. They may be 500 or 800 miles, but that's nothing today on the nice interstates. In 2 days you can be in another city, and then you can use Opelousas as a hub to go into the various smaller communities here.
You take the tour, you go in the evening to do a little antique shopping and go eat at the steamboat. I mean, everything's at your fingertips here.
You talked about this rally that...
Oh, I did not. That is the rally for...
That was held right last...
I forget the name of it, but basically it's to remind folks about stopping the violence, about being very focused on stopping the violence. I know they started the walk in the area where there was 1 or 2 deaths that had happened this year. I want to get everybody to be more focused, being more involved with your kids. If there's a fight going on in a family, tone it down. You know, you can argue, you can have a disagreement, but get the violence out of it. But the ladies and all were very involved. I know some of the aldermen here, the councilmen, Mr. Red and Reggie Tatum and Jackie Martin, Chief Gallo was involved.
Yep, front of the line right there.
Exactly.
And
I think Tyrone Glover was the guy that helped kind of put the thing together.
He was. Tyrone does a lot of work for the community here.
Yes, sir.
And we want to talk about Mr. Norris Fontenot. He was the person who took all those beautiful pictures in the cookbook that John LaFleur is selling. And of course, they're coming out with a new book about the Creoles in the prairie. And he just wanted to thank us for visiting his picture and his story, and sorry he missed my good barbecue, but he was on the ride, he was following the ride
with the cameras, I'm sure.
With his cameras, right. And he took pictures of the entire Mardi Gras and photographed it, and you can see those pictures on his website, Country Lane Studio at
smugmug.com.
And that's the 2012 Mamou Mardi Gras and 2012 Mardi Gras Part 2. So a lot of good pictures.
Find your prayer book. We're down to the end. Thank you all for watching again this week.
Time flies, and we try to get you much interesting items as we can. And our closing prayer, of course, is God of love, the cross is to me the key to paradise. Let me never forget this so that I will never reject it. And this weekend, as every weekend, we ask you to consider attending the church of your choice. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Chief.